Hey guys, I just want to make a short breakdown on the Halo Infinite Devstream that happened this morning. I'm just going to show a clip and then comment on it right after, so let's get started on that.
We've heard the feedback. We definitely know that there's a group of folks out there who would love to have more ranked playlist experiences as well. In particular, things like SWAT or FFA. There's been some desire there. Please make those ranked. We do have just Jerry, you mentioned just sort of looking at our capabilities and our tooling and our systems. There are more complexities with ranked, and that's just not something that we're able to bring to bear as quickly as social. So
But we are looking at it.
for sure. So
Yeah.
I want to make sure folks know that we've heard that feedback.
Yep.
We just have to it's just always like, what can we do right now to kind of make maximum impact, and then what's going to take a little more time. So we will have more to share on that front, but I did want folks to know it's not like it was an oversight or we ignored that feedback. We just, right now, the way the systems work, they're not quite the same paths to make those content updates. So ranks is going to take a little bit longer.
I really don't have a lot to say about this other than good shit. Obviously, people want more ranked modes. I've heard people asking for ranked SWAT, ranked Slayer as a dedicated playlist. Yeah, good on them.
That's why we wanted the Fracture. It's completely new armor. That's all earned by the player playing during the event. It's completely new achievable stuff throughout the entire season. None of that should be available in the store. We made that mistake. I'm sorry about that. So what we've done is we pulled back a bunch of new gear so that when Tenrai comes back in January, you're going to see a lot of changes to the event structure that we have. One, you're going to see less swaps and XP, and you're going to see more actual content. Content being, shoulders, coatings, gear pieces. Two, we're going to replace those pieces that were mistakenly put in the store as well as the event pass. We're going to replace those completely, so they'll only be earnable within the Tenrai event itself.
This is great to hear. It sounds like they're leaning more towards the free side of things, and it sounds like they just had a fuck up with the store bundles during the Tenrai event. But I'm glad that event is getting more gear because the pass and the challenge system of it was terrible. Going up 7 tiers and getting about 5 challenge swaps slash XP grants was awful. I mean, that was horseshit. But yeah, more good stuff.
But one of the things I want to get into is just a regular rhythm with all of us on what are we looking at? Where is our focus? When Sketch says top of mind, it's those things that the team is actively talking about. Some of it you've already seen or we've already talked about, like our playlist model, continuing to improve that. The great Tom French and Wits are taking the time to help continue to improve that and coming up with a model that allows us to do that. The second thing I think we have talked a little bit about is we want to start getting into a regular rhythm of balance patches for the game itself, how that's going to roll out, what is that cadence going to look like. Those are things we want to make sure that we're taking a look at, especially after the holidays and after so many, millions upon millions of players playing, and make sure that we have the right game moving forward.
So for the first part of that, they just sound kind of like their dev team is sort of like frazzled right now, probably in shock from a lot of the feedback. And they're just trying to get their shit together, or at least they're going to get their shit together after the holidays, was the point of this. And for the second part, yes, please God, we need balance patches, because the Ravager is a steaming pile of shit, along with the Pulse Carbine. And the AR and Sidekick might be a little too strong, but yeah.
And I want to make sure to cover this as well. Like, we want to look at our store. One of the biggest challenges that we knew that we would have, and no matter what we did, we were going to have this, which is changing Halo 20 years of box product models to a free-to-play model is not something that is going to be inherently satisfying for most of our players. We get that. However, we don't think we just have to continue to follow normal tropes of the industry to make that effective. And we think we can do some things better for our players and better for the game experience that helps push that edge a little bit. And so we're just taking a look at that. And that's pretty much across the board. Taking a look at the bundles, where we're seeing value, what feels valuable, what doesn't feel valuable, what experiments can we put in there to see what people like and what people don't like. We need to make sure that we're able to at least, pay for the continuation of the multiplayer game on a regular basis. And that's what these models help us do.
So I wanted to unpack this one a little bit more. He says that they knew it would be a challenge from the jump. Instead of selling this game as a whole $60 package, making the multiplayer a free to play live service thing. A lot of community members say like, yeah, we would have just rather had it as a $60 package. And I agree. Honestly, I rather would have just bought the fucking game and had the shit to unlock. But after that, he says that they don't want to copy other industry tropes from other live service games. But wouldn't you just want to take the best from other industry examples and inject them into your game to make yours the best one? I don't know. That might just make too much sense, but we'll see, I guess, when they change it next year. Oh, and also the current store stinks like shit.
The other big piece is just our customization. The customization is really the engine for people to play the game and enjoy, whether it's on the free side or on the paid side. And we have to make sure that customization is actually doing what we expect it to do, like everything from the core system to the way we do emblems across, multiple pieces of content, or the way we do codings across multiple pieces of content. We just have to take a look at all of that. And so some of that we have some conversations going on right now for a bunch of that. But it's something that is for sure top of mind.
So right there, it seemed like he was talking about cross-core, and I hope all the visors and all the armor coatings become cross-core, because there's no reason for them not to be. But I just hope all the store and customization stuff is fixed in general, because I'm not a very good player, and customizing my Spartan is like half the fun of Halo to me. So yeah. But at least they somewhat seem like they give a shit and they're not talking out of their asses. So hopefully this stuff will get fixed early next year or somewhere down the line. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, subscribe. Thanks for watching.